Hello, today we're going to be talking about the CAGED system. Before we go any further, you need to already have a knowledge of how to play bar chords, open chords, and a relatively decent knowledge of what notes are where on the fretboard. Okay, so the CAGED system is a mnemonic device to remember what shapes occur in what sequence along the fretboard. For example, in open position, we've got the C shape, we've got the A shape, we've got the G shape, we've got the E shape, and we've got the D shape. And we're just focusing on the shape our hand uses to play those chords. We're not actually focusing on what the chord sounds like or what notes are in the chord. We're literally just focusing on the shape our hand uses on the fretboard to make those chords, which is why you can't use the CAGED system on any other instrument, because the guitar is the only instrument where we use these shapes. So for example, I want to diversify my rhythm playing, and I want to know where I could play a C major chord anywhere and everywhere as possible on the fretboard, okay? Because I'm sick and tired of just... So the CAGED system is a really useful way of doing that. So for example, we've got the open C chord, which is the C shape of the word caged. The next sequence of the word caged is the A shape, and that's an A shaped bar chord. We've just literally taken that A shape from the open position, moved it up to the C, and there we have it. We've barred it over to make the C chord. So the next shape on the CAGED system is a G, C-A-G. And we know from the G open chord that the root note is going to be on the bottom E string. So we need to find C on the bottom E string. And I know that C is on the 8th fret of the bottom E string. So I start creating a G shape around that. Because I've already played an open shaped chord for the C major chord, I know that I'm going to have to bar this one. What I do is I take my third finger and I'll place it onto the bottom E string. I'll take my second finger and I'll place that on the E of the A string. Then I'll bar it using my first finger, and then my pinky will do the high C on the top E string, okay? And it will sound and look a bit like this. And that's how you play a C major chord using the G shape. So the next in the sequence is an E shape, which is the bar chord that we all start off learning. And I know it's there because the root note is on the bottom E string, and that's where C is on the bottom E string. Finally, D. So we need to find out where the root note is using that D shape. Now I know that in the D shape the root notes are on the D string and on the B string. So I need to find C on the B string, which is on the 13th fret. I'll design a D shape around that, and then I'll bar it. So it's going to be a little stretch with moving around your fingers. So the D shape is looking like that. And you've got this first finger here to bar over with the octave below. And once you've ran out of the letters in the CAGED sequence, you start over again, and that's what we're going to do. So we've got that B shape, that C note on the B string, and then we're just going to design a C shape around that, and that's exactly what we're doing an octave below. And then you can just carry on and on up the fretboard. So we've got that C shape, we've got that A shape, and then we can carry it up and up. Let's use one more example. Let's use B flat. We want to play a B flat major chord anywhere on the fretboard. To start off with, we know that B flat first occurs here as an A-shaped bar chord. So according to the CAGED system, after A, the next shape should be a G. So we need to find the B flat on the bottom E string, which is here on the 6th fret. So we bar that over using a G shape. And there we have it. The next shape is going to be an E, according to the CAGED system. And so it is. Here it are. Then it's going to be a D shape. So we need to find out where B flat occurs on the B string and the D string, because that's where the root note occurs using a D shape. B flat on the B string is that 11th fret there. And then we design the D shape around that. Then we switch up the fingers so we can include that octave below. And maybe the 5th. After the D shape, we go back round to the C shape, so using that B flat there, instead of doing a D shape, we're going to move upwards and we're going to create a C shape around it, and we're going to bar it as well, which is quite difficult on this guitar. There we are. After that, we're back to the A shape of B flat major. To summarise, the CAGED system is all about the shapes in which you use your hand, and it's not about including a B flat major chord into a C major chord note-wise, otherwise that's going to sound really messy and jazzy. If that's what you want, go for it. But the CAGED system is all about using shapes to learn where you could play each chord anywhere on the fretboard. And a good experiment to use with this is, now that you've learned how to do it with major chords, try doing it with minor chords and see how far you can go with that. Anyway, my name's Niall Murray. Thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you've learned something, and I'll see you next time.